97.9 The Box is the Madd Hatta Morning Show in the studio finally with Tobe Nwigwe. Good morning. A-Leaf Swat Swat is in the building.
You know what I'm saying? How you doing, man? It's an honor to be here with my wife and my sister. What's up, Fat? What's up, Nell?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah, Fat, they ain't morning people. You feel me?
Y'all gonna be all right?
No, I'm good.
Y'all, the babies are so well, they not gonna cry.
Fed.
Oh, they fed.
You know what I'm saying? They so well fed right before you go on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're doing.
For
You
now.
said they so well fed, so they'll be
Yep.
good for a while. You mean mugging like a mug. I know I'm not the most attractive, but it's gonna be all right. It's gonna... Are they both your babies?
Oh, no. Nell and that's her husband right there.
Okay,
Corey.
hey, husband.
That's their baby, and this, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This beautiful brown-skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? That's me. You know, you want to say something?
What's your name?
Ivory. Well, we call her baby. Well, I call her baby Fat.
Her name's Ivory.
How old?
5 months.
5 months.
5 months, 10 months.
All
I
right,
just
so-
choose the name Ivory. Y'all can't see me anymore, but I'm over here.
Look, we're not gonna even talk about the rap career. You right? Go ahead, girl. Yeah, no.
My middle name.
Yeah.
So
Nah,
something like a junior.
yeah, now her first name is Mortika, so I tried to get her to do Mortika Jr., but
But I was like,
she
no.
wasn't feeling it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Ivory.
I was trying to get my baby a little hood and African name. You know what I'm saying?
Toby, before we get started, and
Yep.
this a lot of people. I know you from being around E.T.
No doubt.
Do you remember that?
I
That's
remember
what I
it
know you from.
clearly.
And I remember, I don't know what if you still work with E.T.
Oh, for sure.
But I think he was one of the first people that I saw was a true fan of yours.
Yeah.
And he was trying to help you get out there. And I don't know
Yep.
what your connection is because E.T. ain't even from here. And I know
Yep.
you from the SWAT.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the connection is. So can you start there for me?
Oh,
Then
yeah.
we're going to go back before that too because I know you play football and you from A-Leaf and
No
you make
doubt.
sure everyone knows that you from H-Town whenever you do your music.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? Specifically the Southwest, but
Yes,
you know what
sir.
I'm saying? Houston for sure. But me and E got connected because I started a nonprofit right after my football career was over, like what towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to watch E just like everybody else used to watch E, and I used to like listen to the When You Want to Succeed as Bad as You Want to Breathe, the Guru story,
Yeah.
relentlessly, like every single day. And I was just crazy enough one day to call the number that scrolls across the screen at the end of it and just tell them about what I was doing with my organization and I asked him to come out and speak. But I told him we was broke. But he, you know what I'm saying? But he still came out and did it. They gave us like 2 weeks notice, like a couple months down the line, said I reminded him of him. That's why he came out and did it. And when he came out and saw what it is that we was doing, we connected like that. But it wasn't on no, I'm finna start doing music. It was just on some.
Oh, okay, because I thought you
Yeah.
was his artist.
Nah.
You
So-
never. Okay.
No.
That
So-
was my impression, and
Yeah.
not that he put it out there. I figured since you was with him, you were
Yeah,
his
no.
artist.
When I was with him, all I was literally doing was trying to like serve in whatever capacity that he needed. So I'd be selling books at the conferences. I'd be driving him around wherever he needed to go. That like, and that's still to this day. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that. E, if you listening. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever think you know what I'm saying? I done got too big.
So was the intent for you to still be doing what you're doing now, or were you going in a more public speaking direction? Which
No, I
you
wasn't
could,
going in
but-
a public speaking direction at all. I just knew that my man had changed my life.
Right.
So like he had like helped shape me as a man, like with integrity and character and all that type of stuff. So I was just trying to be in the presence of like whatever you need done. I'm gonna
that's
look out.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool.
but what happened was, so CJ, his the co-owner of the company, saw like a little musical talent on Facebook when I was freestyling with my family, and was like, "Yo, you should do music for us." I was like, "Bro, I promise you, I don't know nothing about no music, but if you think I should, all right, bet. Y'all, I don't got no. You know,
Wait, slow up. So you was doing football. So all the time when you was
Yep.
doing your thing at A-Leaf, you never was rapping?
Never. Unless you're talking about before the game, freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come down.
Did you at least know you was dope?
Nah, not at all.
So you had no clue you was dope. You were a football player. You had a scholarship to go play football till you got injured.
Yep.
So rapping ain't even a part of your
Like
scheme.
I never saw myself
I didn't know
doing
this.
ever what I'm doing right now. I literally only started rapping was 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But I just applied the same effort and energy that I did to football.
No, but there's a lot of knowledge in the lyrics. Like you ain't no just everyday rapper.
No.
I mean, there's knowledge in the lyrics that you spit.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? I study. You know what I'm saying? I believe what I believe wholeheartedly.
But
So-
usually that takes years. Then once in a while you find a person like you who's just able to do it
Yeah.
on a different level.
I truly appreciate that.
No, for real. And I appreciate the way you're doing it too, because to me, you're doing it the most organic, grassroots way.
Yeah.
And I know we radio, but I love the way you're doing it
Yeah.
better because your fan base, these are the type of fan base that stick with you forever. They're not just with you because you got this hot song for the radio today.
No doubt, no doubt.
They just like what you're doing, period,
Yeah.
and what you support and the way your movement moves.
You want to know what's real crazy? When I first started, I hit my man. I don't know if you know Q Deezy out there in Philly. He it's like the 97.9 in Philly.
Okay.
So him and E had a real cool relationship. So I hit him up and I was like, "Yo, Q, what you think I got to do to get on the radio?" He said, "Man, I'll be honest with you. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
Stay consistent with what you're doing.
Everybody.
Like there is no like magic thing to get you on the radio. Just stay consistent. And when it's time,
It'll pop.
it'll do what it needs to
It's
do.
hard to tell somebody that though, man, because your ego gets so attached, especially if you're from the hometown.
Yeah.
Like, man, y'all got to support me. You got to play. No, if you do what you're supposed to do. Because
Yeah.
to me, the whole thing is about having a career.
Yep.
It's cool to have a song on the radio, but there's so many guys who never had a song on the radio, but they got bigger careers than every rapper that you hear on radio.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So that's why I love the way that you're doing it. You create your own visuals. We'll get to all that.
No
So
doubt.
you're doing your thing with E.T. One of the cats say, because people got to know, people see you now.
Yeah.
You know what happens? People see what you're doing now and like, oh, man, he's doing it now. But they don't see what it took and where you came from to be
No
where
doubt.
you are. So that's why, for those that don't know, I want to go back and then get to where we are.
Oh, no doubt.
So a dude says to you after he see you freestyle on Facebook with your family, hey, I think you got skills.
Yeah, and let me be clear. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, C gonna get on my head if I say you gonna let my man say a dude, Carlos Quinney Jr. Carlos Quinney. CJ see me and like he low key like gave me the game to like rapping. No, not at all. But building a brand. He helped me understand like what it takes to build something from absolutely nothing.
Right.
And he didn't we both didn't know nothing about the music industry. But he taught me about like building a brand and how to stay
And that's what
consistent.
you've done. That's the difference between
Yeah.
you making music and building a brand,
Yeah.
because brands last forever if you
Yeah.
do it correctly.
Man.
But go ahead.
No,
I'm using these as markers because I know people see these things and they think it's magic.
Yeah. No
and
doubt.
And they think it's getting on the radio and that's the answer.
Yep.
But they need to see more people like you who
Yeah.
I'm not going to go by these traditional rules.
Yeah.
And they need to hear that there was this work and this branding that is a part of it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But so he saw me, and real quick, let me just speak to what you just said. The problem is why you don't see a whole lot of me's is it takes a whole different level of time, effort, and energy to do what I'm doing. Now, I'm being dead serious.
No,
Like,
you are. I'm glad
there's
you're saying
a lot
it.
of people who can like rap and like man, I'm like, yo, my man is good. But when it comes to like, will you design all your own clothes? Will you direct all your own videos? Will you go out and find the people to shoot the videos? Will you go out will you come up with all the choreography until you can meet a choreographer? Will you all this find the locations? Like, will you make sure you could do something every single week without no excuses? Will you look at it, bless you, Fat? Will you look at it as, you know what I'm saying, if you don't succeed that you're gonna die? Like, and a lot of people don't see it like that. And I'm just like, bro, and I feel like people are like, man, I want to do what you're doing. I'm like, bro, I promise you, if you could do what I'm doing, I'll pass it to you right now wholeheartedly.
Well, you make it look easy. For real. And when you make things look easy, you get discounted in the work that you've done to be where you are.
Yeah.
Like, you literally have a whole tour going on.
Yo, man.
You know what I'm saying? But nobody understands the work that is required to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do it,
Yeah.
you know, because they think it comes easy or somebody else's responsibility.
Yeah.
But you're doing it on your own. And that's why I appreciate the way you're doing what you're doing.
It's tougher, but it's way more gratifying. I promise you.
I think so.
And I think the most beautiful thing about what it is that I'm doing is that I get to do it like with my family, so I don't never have to leave like the people that I do life with. So like a lot of people do this.
I don't think I ain't gonna get to that too. That's part of your whole story. I got to get to that as well because I think it's incredible that you take your lady with you, your woman, your wife. You've made her a part of everything that you're doing.
No doubt.
So on the journey, on the road, she is there with you. So no mistakes allowed.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I love No, I'm just keeping it real. No, it's a life. There's a life that goes when
no
you're an
doubt.
entertainer, when you're an artist.
For
But
most
when you,
people,
when
for
you,
sure.
When you got your woman with you along for the ride, you know she knows the ups and the downs and the twists, the turns.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that too. But I'm gonna get to that.
No doubt.
So now you figure out that you this incredible MC. Right? Now why y'all laughing?
Buddy.
You don't know about the early stuff. I was big trash in the beginning. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So you find this out. So what happens to get you to the place where you're starting to release music and showcase your music and your talent?
I just followed the model that E.T. laid down and that C told me to do. So it started with the So Gone challenge. And Fat tried to persuade me to do the So Gone challenge, and I was like, yo, I ain't into the trendy stuff. I'm doing music for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something serious. And she was like, no, I think you should do it. It'll be good look and da-da. So
always takes a woman, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Always takes a woman.
Finds a wife.
You know what I'm saying? So long story short, I did it, and it got to see what kind of response it would get on social media, and it got the biggest response that I had ever gotten on social media. So C was like, all right, bet. Do that every week now. And call it something. I don't even care what you call it. Call it Rap Sundays, call it blah, blah, blah. It don't matter. So, like, when I was doing it, if I was twisting my hair, I said, all right, cool, let's call it Get Twisted Sundays. So we did it. We started that and started doing it every week. And it started with me just rapping with my iPhone in front of, like, with the phone way too close to my face. I'm being dead serious. Half the comments was, hey, back up real quick. I'm dead serious. Half the comments was that, but I kept on doing it.
Yeah.
And, like, if you force yourself to do something every week, you don't have, and, like, you're intentional about what it is that you're doing. Like, I didn't start off, like, where I'm at now, but every week, like, forcing myself to write, do a certain amount of punchlines, metaphors, all that type of stuff, and, like, trying to be the best every single week forced me to get better. I put a routine in place for myself to where now I have to get better.
That's right.
When I'm doing it. And just like as I began to get better, like as people saw me pushing my own car on the side of the road, people, you know what I'm saying, got out their car and helped me push. So I had videographers hit me up, like, as I'm doing the videos, like, yo, you need somebody to shoot your video? I'm like, oh, yeah, for sure. But it'll be people, but this thing, it'll be like beginners, like, who ain't really know what they was doing either.
So y'all learning together.
But you know what I'm saying? But my man got 4K cameras, so I'm like, all right, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, all right, cool, let's do it. So, and then, like, that turned into, like, being consistent with that turned into building a bigger team and more people seeing what we was doing and trying to help out. But, you know what I'm saying, just that consistency.
So when do you know, for you, when do you know that I got something happening? When do you figure it out?
What do you think was like the first?
When you like, hey, y'all, I think we on to something.
In fact, I'm asking for you to help me remember. I think...
No, you know what? Ask the wifey. When was it when you saw it where you like, I think baby got something here?
Come on, Fat, calling me baby.
Because she gonna say from the beginning.
When the rest of everybody else start to see it, and you know that there's something, there's a possibility here.
The most obvious one, and I feel like, you know, because I felt like this before from like when he first did the So Gone challenge and he killed everybody that did it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you. You feel me?
I think the most obvious one to me right now is when we were sitting in the studio working on a song, and we saw on Instagram when Erykah Badu, when she responded to his video in the DM, and it was dope because like she is someone of like for real stature in this community, in this entertainment community. And
come on, entertainment community.
We were just sitting. It was for music industry.
Come on, entertainment community. I ain't mad though.
It's early.
We know what you meant.
Now
we know what you meant. Don't worry about it. You finish your story. We feel. We know what you meant.
Shoot.
Entertainment community works for the conversation. It works for the conversation. I'm with it.
She involved.
Yeah. She in the entertainment community. We feel that. It's okay.
No, but seriously, like we were just like doing a normal day, like in the studio working, and then that happened, and it was like, wow, like people for real watching. And so, yeah, we were sitting on the couch.
We was in Nell room
the studio.
Closet.
Absolutely, that's the studio. If y'all know, if y'all got it, make it. We made it. In the back room closet.
You know what I'm saying? Nell got
on the futon.
For sure.
Absolutely.
But I would say even before that, I think going on Sway kind of opened some stuff up.
Yeah, that's
too.
the partner right there.
And people really started.
You got to be dope to get there too, because Sway just ain't having you on just to have you on.
Yeah.
That's my partner right there.
You know what? Because you know my memory is whack. It wasn't. Okay, Sway. I'm about to say something. it wasn't the fact that you got on the show for me. It was the fact that after the show, Sway took us to the back and talked to us for like 2 hours straight.
Yeah, he like now. He's a knowledge
just
guy.
like
He a real dude.
Yeah.
chilling, like talking to us, like giving us game. And I was like, you taking the time out to do that? He got like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's special.
That's good, fat.
So 2 things.
How long have y'all been together? I like y'all chemistry.
We've been knowing each other for what, 8 years, not 9 years.
Since 2011.
How did y'all meet?
Oh God. You know
I
what I'm
pulled
saying?
him.
That's good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you.
We met at church.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's where it started.
We met
Okay.
at church.
But when you say it like that, it make it-
It's a long story, but it's on our YouTube.
Fat don't want to say it. All right, good. She just said it too many times. I figured it out.
Ultimately, I saw him, I pulled him, we married.
To get the middle, check out the YouTube story.
I ain't mad.
Now, here's the other thing that I thought was impressive too with you, other than lyrics and doing what you're doing, and then rapping and you sing too. And I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Is that when you did the show over at what's the spot over here?
White Oak?
White Oak.
Yes.
And there was thousands of people out there.
Yeah.
I said, see, this is what people are missing right here. Here's a guy, no song playing,
Yeah.
and he got 3,000 people.
Yeah.
He created a fan base. He created a demand of people that support him and want to see him perform live.
Yeah.
I just thought that was crazy.
I promise you. You
I
ain't the
loved
only one-
everything about it.
No, you ain't the only one that thought it was crazy. I was like, man, where did these people, like when we went from city to city though, like when I sold out in Denver, Colorado, and LA and Atlanta when it was 1,500 people. Like, yeah, the first White Oak, I couldn't fathom, like, man, these people would really pay money to come out and see me perform. Because I do all the stuff for free on social media. And I give all the music out for free. Every song that's
Yeah,
on,
but the experience live is different. The interaction is
Yeah.
different. The way you touch people is different on a stage. It's different.
yeah, but when you don't
It's
do
intimate on the stage. Trust me.
But you know, I ain't grow up in, like, I ain't like, you know.
That's
I
what
ain't
makes
had
it better though.
Yeah.
So everything they seeing with you, it comes across more organic because you don't have this model that you're following.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it comes across. It is more sincere
Yeah.
and more appreciative. Like I can feel your appreciation almost every time you talk.
Yeah.
Like this guy, like, man, I appreciate y'all so much in every video that you do.
And
You know
I
what I'm
really
saying?
do,
And
though.
people can see that. And you dope too. I
Nah,
mean,
but but there's a lot of dope people who don't, like, people don't fool with them like that though. But so when I'm out there, I'm just like, if people didn't really like believe in what it is that we doing and like as people, not just songs, we ain't got songs just like in regular rotation all the time. We put songs out at such a high capacity,
Right.
so it ain't necessarily a song that one person is attached to. They really fool with us though, so that's where the appreciation comes from. Cause I'm like, dang, y'all really fool with us.
well, you know what you've learned in the world that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
See, it used to be just the audio world. We in the visual
Yep,
world,
yep.
and you had the opportunity to be around ET,
No
who
doubt.
did a lot of visual,
No doubt.
and you know how important it is
Yep.
to you as a human being for branding,
Yep.
and it's helped you.
Yeah.
And you know how to. I don't want to use the word manipulate. You've learned how to use this to your benefit.
Yeah.
And I do believe it comes from a very sincere place.
No doubt.
So I do appreciate that. Now, the other thing that you do I think is interesting is that you made your wife a part of your team.
No doubt.
Most MCs, and no disrespect to any MC, but they keep it's church and business almost. It's separated.
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, for me, before I
She's
started
an integral part of every single thing you do.
in my life though, not just in my music, in my
Okay.
life for real. So when I started doing it, like I was like, I'm not gonna do anything that I don't do in real life. So I'm not gonna like do no song. I'm not gonna make no song about like stuff that I do that's not me. I'm not gonna paint no picture at all that is not me in real life. And like I do every single day with these people. Minus, you know what I'm saying? No offense, just. But you know what I'm saying, Corey, you know what I'm saying? Because here with I'm talking about all the people that came with me. I didn't want to say that, and then he'd be like, "Oh, you be with us too?" But Corey, Nell, like we do life together.
But explain what the purpose is in that for you. Why is that important to you as an artist? Because that's something that is seldom seen in what you're doing.
Because my family is truly the most important thing outside of my relationship with God to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? For some people, like it ain't really that deep. Like it used to be for me, football, God, and then, you know what I'm saying, everything else, whatever relationship after that. But like, that's truly the order in my life now. So now it's my relationship with God, then my family, and then whatever, then my purpose.
Right.
What I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? What my purpose, but you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? It sounds kind of whack now, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't had that together, but you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can feel me. So that's why it's so important to me, because that's the order of importance in my life.
I just thought it was cool. I'm like, man, it's just so different. And I think it speaks of a different story for artists to see, to aspire to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And I think it showcases your honesty too.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm a fan of all that. I really, really am.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think another thing that I don't know if it come across the way it should, but in that order of importance, like I truly, and it might sound bad, but I don't care about the music like that. And when I say I don't care about the music like that, like if anything was to go wrong with my family at any given moment,
It's done.
like I will stop. People be like, man, but what about? I'm like, bruh, about none of that.
Okay.
And a lot of people, like, they might say, but like, we was halfway through the tour. And, you know, when the tour that we was on, Fat was like, what? She was 9 months pregnant.
Right.
And she had got a little frustrated. I said, hey, listen, I want to tell everybody real quick on the bus. If she get too frustrated, I will send everybody home. No, I'm not playing. I will leave. I will pay whatever needs to be paid, and we will go home. Because at the end of the day, this is the most important thing
To you.
in my life. So that's how I like operate for real. And I will literally shut the stuff down. So that's like, so I care about, like, you know what I'm saying, the product that we put out, and I care about, like, you know what I'm
But it's
saying.
family, no doubt.
But over that is, you know what I'm saying. So
Now the other thing, you are unapologetically black.
Absolutely.
you feel me. Blacker than black. You know what I'm saying? No offense, Paul.
Is it? Paul said I'm unapologetically black too. Don't get it twisted. Paul said, "You see my wife lately, son?"
I ain't mad.
So, is there purpose as to why you do that as well?
Yeah, it's because that's who I am. And for the longest, listen, even above being black, because, like, I have a very unique experience, and I try to tell people this all the time. Like, I went to school and had a full African-American experience. And when I came back from school, I had a full Nigerian experience. Not Nigerian-American, Nigerian.
Okay.
Well, nothing in my house when I came back from the elementary school and all that stuff, Black American. It was all Nigerian. I learned all my Black American stuff from all my partners at school. You know what I'm saying? But when you growing up, they try to make you feel some type of way because you, first of all, Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? It didn't become cool to be Nigerian until about 2005. I ain't gonna lie to you. About 2006, 2005. So I was booty scratching for the whole entire. I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad. But once I figured out, my name when I figured out my Tobe Nwigwe, when I figured out, like, my name means something. Tobe means praise God. And I hollered at my partner DeAndre. I was like, DeAndre, what's your name? You know what I'm saying? He's like, my mama name and my daddy name, and they put the name together.
My name D and my daddy name Andre.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad though, but they try to make you feel some type of way. And then once I started realizing, I'm unique, I'm special, I take pride.
So
in
younger, you had problems with
that.
that?
Oh yeah. Younger me was, you know what I'm saying, a little short, fat, chubby, little booty scratcher. You know what I'm saying? But I grew into, you know what I'm saying, somebody who can appreciate my culture to the fullest. I love the fact that I'm Igbo. I love the fact that I had the crossover where all of my, like the majority of my homies was black or African American, and I'm from the hood, and I take pride because it helped shape me as a man. So I want to, like, let everybody. I really only do music for the people who come from where I come from. Everybody else that they like catch on to it and stuff, like, I be like, oh, cool. I'd be so shocked.
Yeah.
I'd be so shocked when people like, oh, I don't want to do it.
Don't do it like that.
But it blow my mind because I'm like, dang, I can't fathom the fact that you can understand what I'm saying because I'm only speaking to a certain demographic. On purpose every single time. I do not do music for everybody. I do music for the people who come from where I come from.
Okay, well, it's interesting then because you get to go to NPR and do the, what's it called? The
Tiny Desk.
Everybody don't get a chance to do this, Tobe.
Yeah.
So these people that you're speaking to, You would think that okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Well, somebody there you spoke to or you touched for you to make it there, because everybody don't get to make it to the desk. You know that, no doubt.
So they
No
think
doubt.
that you're unique in whatever it is you're doing. So what do you think it is that you're doing that's so unique if you're so unapologetically black? And so unapologetically H-Town, and so unapologetically Southwest.
Ain't leave Texas.
SWAT. Yeah.
I think, I don't know, the authenticity. The authenticity, but I think other people being authentic too, though.
I mean, that's as much as I can say without making it a God thing.
Oh, yeah, no,
what I'm
doubt.
saying?
And I do feel like it's ordained. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, God didn't order my steps in this industry, like, to where, like, I don't have no PR. I don't have no marketing team.
You do everything yourself, don't you?
Yeah, everything.
Because I saw somewhere where you directed the video. I'm like, damn, he directing his videos too?
No doubt.
You ain't giving nobody none of that bread.
But it ain't even about the bread. It's
That boy
about the vision.
he ain't sharing none of it. Man, I'm writing it, singing it. We need a singer.
Talk to him.
I can sing it.
Yep, auto-tune me up real quick.
Rap
Tune me
it.
up. Yeah,
Paul, you got
box
lucky
me
and
up.
got on that song. He was gonna do your part there.
No, blessed.
You know I can sound like Paul too, you know.
No, not lucky, blessed.
But I like that, man, that you got it all. You can make the dream happen, and people need to know that you can make the dream happen.
No doubt.
If you really believe in your dream.
Yeah.
And it's cool now. I will say this. You have a team that supports you.
No doubt.
From your wife on. Now, I'm not going to say that everybody always got that. One, usually it's the homie in the hood, and the hood got your back, and you hope that they're going to carry you there. It's kind of different when you got your family there, the whole ride, your baby with you, and they taking the ride with you.
No
so
doubt.
it's a very unique experience.
No doubt.
Now, I was surprised when I heard you. I shouldn't say I'm surprised, but I was happy when you got Paul on the track, because you know what you made Paul do? He made him work for those lyrics.
Oh, man.
And I haven't heard, I'm be honest with you.
No, that was not work. It might look like that from the outside looking in. That was the easiest verse I wrote all year. On my mama. That was the easiest verse I wrote.
When I heard that,
2019.
I'm like, ooh. Because, and I get it. Like, Paul makes a song with me. Yeah, sad. Let me just do a little something. Not that you giving it away.
Hey, man,
but I felt like.
Iron sharpen iron. You know what I'm saying? Iron, aluminum don't sharpen iron.
Fuck you.
Now, when I did the song, we in the studio together.
I love this. But yeah, you're right. We were.
So.
But and I can tell that y'all was working together too. So the intensity. I hate to say that, it reminded me of when you was with Cam.
Iron sharpen iron.
And when
you know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
two MCs. When Cam.
We didn't.
All the solo stuff is great, but when Paul and Cam work together, you could tell both, even Cam, they work differently together, because it's competition. I love you, but my job is to really kick your ass on the track. Excuse my language. I done cursed 2 times, I'm sorry. But that's what the job. And Tobe, I get it. He admires all the rappers in Houston. He admires y'all. He loves the music. But as an MC, he knows this. Any track is a battle track.
Yeah.
You can think that y'all just having a good time on the track, but at the end of the day, if you're a true MC, it's a battle track.
Yeah.
And there was no way that Paul said to himself, y'all know Paul Wall can get busy too, so let me go on this.
And knowing
I loved it. I'm just telling you, I loved it.
and knowing that, to my knowledge, I haven't seen him put a song out featuring another rapper.
No, I didn't
like
either.
that.
True.
So
True.
in my mind, I'm thinking, knowing how the rap game work, if I don't come with it, I could easily get cut off. it'll be Tobe, not Tobe featuring Paul Wall. He Twisted Sunday gonna come out and
That's a good point. So when you had the track, what made you say, "Oh, I got to get Paul on this track"? Because it's juicy, right?
Yeah. So when I heard, we was shooting the video for one of my songs called "Bountiful," and
Frozen
Red.
face. Oh.
Nah, Red had played
Knock,
Candy Red Bread.
Knock,
what's up,
knock,
baby?
who is it? It's that Paul Whiskey. Throw like a frisbee. If you hate, please miss me. He played that. I was like, oh, I ain't no Paul was still out here doing this, and people, and I just feel like people wasn't really knowing what was going on. And I had been hollered at Goo and been wanted to do something with Paul just because Paul, not because I feel like Paul is like, the greatest rapper alive, even though he got bars. But Paul is like the nicest,
he is
genuine, most genuine.
He don't want you to say that he's sweet, but Paul is really sweet.
He just not, look. This is what really got me though. When Fat told me the story about how she seen him in Target and he ran up on her like,
that's Paul.
Oh, Fat, what it do, baby?
Everybody's more superstar than Paul.
Bruh. So
and trust me, I used to hate him for that back in the days, because Paul would sign autographs when he was on the label for everybody. Like, Paul, we gotta go. No, baby, everybody. No, Paul, there's still 100 people. We gotta go, man.
Shout out Hatta.
So the people's chant really was really. So you right. He's just a beautiful person.
Man, real good people. So I was like, yeah, Nell, we gonna do something with Paul. Sure. So when I heard that song, I was like, Nell, we need to cook up something. Like, we need to make something for Paul right now. Let's do it. And that's what happened. And I once the beat was like solid, I sent it to him, and I was like, yeah, we gonna do this one, Paul.
I love
like that.
But I ain't gonna lie. When I heard like, Paul was excited. Paul. He gets excited when he does songs, but he was really excited on this song because he like sent it. Had to check it out. I'm like, Then as soon as I walked in, hey man, you hear that one with Paul on? I said, Paul sent it to me last night. I said, I'm already ahead. Man, everybody was talking about it. So we had to call the boss. I do it once in a while. Hey, Paul and Tobe do whatever you feel like. Okay, that's all I need to know. It was just so dope. I mean, you do a lot of dope stuff. Like I said, there's another song, the Ode to Fat, that you know, and I have not talked about the singing stuff that you do too, and I want to get to that. But I really did appreciate the song that you put Paul on. I thought it was kind of a stretch for you, because like I don't see you reach out like that all the time, because you're so in your zone and you don't do the appearance. That's not your thing.
I just stay focused. But this is the thing. Like, it's really an honor for me to like have Paul on the track. Like, some people will say it and be like, they be trying to gas and just trying to like blanket statement it. But I really grew up listening to the Color Change.
Me
I'm not
too.
playing 50-50 Little Twin.
Oh, 50-50, that's my
I'm
dog.
talking about everybody. I really jam this stuff on a regular basis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, and to find out like, he really that live in real life. Like, it only took us like 35, 45 minutes to record a song. Then we spend like an extra 2-3 hours.
Paul gonna talk.
Yeah, and giving us game. Like, Paul, you know what I'm saying? Unsolicited. So
you lucky he didn't call Cam. That would have been all day long.
I did.
We did. Oh, yeah. That might have been an extra 2 hours right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
He didn't answer, he called back. You know,
did he? Okay,
2 hours.
That's Cam.
Man, you know, it was funny too is that
I like the way y'all put him out there on the song. I was like, ooh, here come the remix.
We waiting for his verse for the remix.
I was waiting. I was like, ooh. Now you put him out there in a bad way though, but the way you kicked it, I was like, that was nice.
You know, it's all love, man. You know, it's funny though. To me, is like watching Tobe's like rise and see how far he's come and where he's at now, and then doing the song with him. I got some of my following or fan base or just people who keep up with me that weren't up on his movement yet. So it's just hilarious to me when somebody will say something to me like as if I put him on or hey, that song. It's like, man, what you talking about? He didn't want to put me on the song.
Right.
And then whatever I did with my fan base, you know, it was a bigger or just as big, in my opinion, bigger what he did for me, putting me on the song, because it's a lot of people come up and from Houston, artists from Houston, whatever, and for whatever reason, they don't put me. Travis Scott is kind of the only one who did put me on something of the newer up-and-coming artists.
I feel you.
You know, a lot of times when you come up from
the elder statesman gets left behind.
Yeah, sometimes
people forget the history.
They don't, if they're not.
I don't feel like with Tobe though. I always felt like even with all your because you're a different type of artist. Let me just put it like that. But it seemed like you always pay homage to your roots of this city.
Yeah,
and I don't miss that in your music. I hear you. You make sure you're clear about a couple of things. Being black, Nigerian.
Yeah, come on.
Your wife.
You know what I'm saying?
Your lyrics. You from Houston. You from SWAT, really.
You know what I'm saying?
Forever. So you clear about you. Like if somebody listens like 3 songs, you like, I know exactly who this guy
or
is.
the number one song on his album, The Houston Tribute.
You know what I'm saying?
See, there you go. I see you, Jazz.
Which brings me to the Fouriginals album. So can you tell us more about it?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, that was a sweet little segue.
She a radio professional, bro. I see you, young Jizzle. I see you, young Jizzle.
That's the segue. You know what I'm saying? the Fouriginals EP is very simple. We do these Get Twisted Sundays every week. Once we get to a certain number, we put them together and we put them out as a collection. I swear to you, it's not nothing deep.
Wait a minute, man. Don't make it sound like it's just some throwaway tracks, man.
No, they're not throwaway.
Oh, they all intentional, but be like, man, where do you find the synergy? Bruh, we doing these every single week. We're gonna after a solid number of weeks, we're gonna have a body of work.
Yeah.
We're gonna put it all out together, and people gonna receive it differently. And we didn't have a chance to really put the Tiny Desk stuff like anywhere for people to go download.
So you put it on there. Y'all checking that out.
Put the whole Tiny Desk performance on there in different sections as well. So
but that is not an EP. It's an album. It's 14 tracks, 15 tracks.
Man, let me tell you. No.
So you get your definition.
Yeah.
So that for once, I can't really understand.
EP for me can literally be defined as extended play. So whatever is an extended play for me. Cause I when I think album, I think, all right, we sit down, we have a cohesive concept, body of work. You put it together.
You don't think that's what this is?
No. Like these are like, you know what I'm saying? Once we really do an album.
You feel me?
Once we really do an album, I think it's gonna sound different. Like these are literally 10 to 12 to 14 singles put together. Like me growing up,
it sounded like an album to me, but hey, I got
an album is like
if the family's selling it the way they sell it, I gotta receive it the way they.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to
like
dispute the way y'all
Lemonade, like Beyonce put like a whole thought process
That's a whole
behind,
concept,
a whole concept behind these songs that went together.
And you're saying that's not what it is. So why that name then Fouriginals?
It's
this
the
good.
fourth installment.
You know what I'm saying?
Because this is the fourth installment.
This gonna get you. So the first one was called The Originals because we took songs that I had rapped to before on other people's beats and put original beats to it.
Okay.
Second one was called More Original. I'm just telling you. And people be thinking it's so deep. I'm like, bruh, I just don't like.
No, because you come after you project that
bruh.
extra
It's
thought, man.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. The third one was called Three Originals. And the
Shut up, dog. I'm done, man. I'm done, man.
I want to make sure she can understand where the name came from.
I'm done.
For originals. You know what I'm saying? Put it together this time. No,
I'm not even listening to this record no more because of this, man. He done took all the mystery away and everything. I'm thinking something deep is going to be said.
Hey, because we want the
one.
stuff that's deep, we want you to like, that stuff is deep. But the stuff that's not deep,
don't make it deep.
Come on, man.
Guess what the fifth one going to be called?
Paul, I'm not messing with him no more.
Cinco Originals. Come on now.
This is ridiculous.
Come on, man.
This is ridiculous.
So, we blessed, bro.
All right, we got Tobe and family in the studio. Tobe, another thing. Yep. I've noticed the flip-flop usage here, brother.
Come on, man. Let's not play around with him.
What?
Let's not play around with him. This is a consistent thing.
Okay, so this is part of the Tobe image. Yep. And I'm not mad at the flip-flops, you know. Yep. So what slides? I'm sorry. Man. Excuse me. Slide. Okay. Sorry. I was keeping it old school. All right, slide. So what's the significance of the slides?
All right, let me tell you how it happened. All right, so before we started doing music on this level, we was doing a thing in the city called the Dope Art Show, and that was run very independent too. But I would have to do a lot of stuff before the show to like set up stuff. And before I performed this one time, and I put on the show for like other artists in Houston, all the people that I thought was dope, I bring them together and we all perform. So I had to do a lot of stuff to set up, and I didn't have time before I performed. I'm just telling you, to change it to my outfit.
It's not that
Well, watch this though. So I didn't have time to change it to my outfit, so I just performed in what I was setting stuff up in, and it was my socks, my slides, some shorts, and just my regular fit that I had on. And when I was done, after that night, somebody was like, yo, my boy killed it in slides. And he's like, man, this boy is genius. I swear to God. And I was like, swear to God. I was like, yo, in that case, I'm never dressing up.
Ever.
I'm like, bro, I thought I had to do a whole bunch of artistic stuff to get the approval. You know, y'all ain't tripping on the slides. All right, bro, we ain't got to go shoe shopping no more. This is what I wear every day. So I'm just like, and I just did that. And the only time I really put on like clothes if it's in the videos, because you know what I'm saying, I like the designs and stuff. But other than that, we gonna keep the flip flops strong. You know what I'm saying?
Slides.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep the slides. Yeah, get it right. The slides.
You know what I'm saying? The slides strong, man.
he's really taking a lot of mystery out of this for me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Y'all killing me. I'm looking for some deep
very,
meaning to
very-
everything
The
that
stuff
y'all
that's
do.
deep is deep, and the stuff
you're
that's
really
not.
you're killing it.
I'm just practical, man. I promise you. Very, very
This
practical.
dude said I just went on stage because I had flip flops on and there was no time to change.
Hey, the moral
Thanks.
of the story is be you.
Be you.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, man.
I will say there are some people out there that need to improve upon being themselves. You know, be the best. So maybe be the best you.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
I don't know who you talking to, but
I'm talking to everybody because we all need to do a little bit better.
okay, all right. Message
Now,
to
Paul
somebody.
talk about somebody specific though. He's like,
So when will there actually be an album? Let me just find that out before
I'll be honest with you. You
okay, forget it.
know what I'm saying? I promise you.
Don't overthink it. I got you.
Exactly.
But is this tour still going on or not?
Yeah, it starts November 1st. We doing how many cities this time? 28? Wow. Oh man, I could have sworn it was 25. We doing 28 cities, but we going to Canada for the first time.
Wow.
We going a couple places for the first time. The last tour that we did was we went a lot of places for the first time. But bruh, this is the thing. Let me tell you what they don't tell you about doing your own tour. They don't tell you what is like how much the bus costs. No, I'm dead serious. But I'm just like,
The bus costs a lot.
Listen.
And the driver and the gas.
Come on,
talk to him, Paul.
Come on, Paul. Tell him.
And the
much the
room
bus
for the
cost?
driver,
How much
and the
the bus-
days off, and the extra overtime you got
So
to pay
you-
if they
and
drive
the
over. a
cruise.
like you
certain
can
amount.
only drive a
Yes.
certain like by law. You can only drive a certain distance. Like even if you like, man, we could just push it straight to the next. You like, no, not by law. And you have to pay for that extra day. You got to pay for a place to sleep. You got, but the bus itself.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, y'all gonna make me buy a bus
Yeah.
because to rent a bus
I'm
is
just saying, about
the-
3 tours, you said you could have been bought you a bus.
You know what I'm saying?
You
The
could've been
the
bought you a
logistics
bus.
behind it, and it's just so much deeper than just the artistry. And I understand, but
It's business.
it's business. But this is why I couldn't understand though. Not just the bus and stuff, but like actually booking the tours. And I just want to say this for like independent artists. They try to make me think that, dang, am I about to be a rebel?
No, just say it. Just say it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think what kind of stance I'm about to take.
Do you want to pass it to me?
I got you.
Okay.
I can take this stand. Look, so they try to make the way stuff.
Look, why me and Fat? Hold on now.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Just be careful of what you say.
Paul don't gas me.
if you
Man,
could
talk about
just-
some, hey, tread lightly.
If you could just put it in my ear and then let me say it.
No, I got it, cause it's real. It's truth though. They'll make you think the way the industry has been for me when they tell me the stuff. Like I'm a very practical person, so in my mind, I couldn't understand why I would have to give somebody like 10 to 15% of my entire earnings on the tour because you called the venue and booked the venue. That blew my mind. I'm like, yo, I'm not lazy. I could call all 28 of these places.
Do it myself. Get that cut.
And I'm just like, yo, that's a lot of percentage you got to get for somebody saying, hey, yo, Tobe want to do a show here. And they already they see what's going on too, so they go, oh, cool. But why I got to get 10% because you made the call? I'm like, yo, Nell, make the call.
It's just the way the industry is, man.
Who that reminds you of? Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Not
That
that's
how he
reminds
was?
you. No, Chameleon was the same way. He's not paying nobody to do nothing that he
extra.
could do himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Why
not
would I pay
lazy,
you to
bro.
do
I'm
something I can do?
Nigerian.
So it's Chameleonaire.
You feel me? You feel me? It's something in us that's like, oh, no. Bro, my mom and dad still go to mechanics and bargain for 2 hours.
Shut up.
That's how they do.
How they feel about your career?
Let me tell you. You know, my mom is a different type of person. So when it first started, she was like, Tobe, oh my God, when will you go and get that real job? Tobe, what type of, you mean 4.5 years of college for rapper? But like now that everything has, you know what I'm saying, is doing what it's doing, my mom then drove clear across the look at that. So the NCAA sent the players that used to play some money, like some type of financial settlement that I ain't know was coming, right? So a little bit of money. I said, you know what, I'm gonna sign that check over for you. She said, oh, Tobe, you have to come to the bank. I said, Mom, I can't come to I gotta go to rehearsal. She said, don't worry, I'll come and meet you. She done drove 45 minutes away to get the back of this check sign. To also, yeah, just put your name right here. She's talking about, ooh, you guys are doing so well.
Shut up.
You guys are doing such a good thing. Oh, man.
Tobe.
So she's so happy now, bro.
Good. Tobe, tell them where they can see all your stuff. Give them all your information.
Yep.
Social media. Got to give them all.
Yep, I don't have no aliases. It's Tobe Nwigwe on all social media platforms. And to get all the tour information, you go to TobeFromTheSWAT.com or TobeNwigwe.com. They both link to the same place.
Spell the last name.
Nwigwe. Tobe, not Tobi. I'm not a Yoruba boy. I'm an Igbo boy. You know what I'm saying? It's two. You know what I'm saying? They spell their name different. I don't want to start no Nigerian beef.
Don't start it here.
Yeah, so just on all those platforms, you could catch Fat at Tobe calls me Fat on Instagram. She don't really do it. Now let me just tell y'all real quick. Let me make a public statement announcement real quick. Like Fat is trash at social media. She really feel like she got the Beyonce complex on social media. She'll post once, maybe twice a month. A month. And
No
be like,
caption.
ooh,
No caption at all.
I'm just like, Fat. What do you think this is? But she truly don't care. She have the 500 DM requests. People trying to send her messages.
Nothing.
Fat.
Why are you telling all these
Because
people
the
all
people
that?
need to know. So if y'all can, encourage Fat, because she got almost 100,000 followers. Encourage
I just
Fat.
want y'all to know that he's saying all of this. It is true, but it's because I took this time to learn my child. So she comes first.
So
Don't
what have I been doing?
Don't hate.
Do I know my baby too?
Huh?
And I'm full fledged.
Look, y'all ain't gonna fight
said
and
what
have
she
no
said.
disagreement on this
said what
program.
she said.
I said what I said.
She said what she said.
She's so flip floppy. Nell flip floppy too.
Y'all make sure y'all check out Tobe. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Thank you so much, brother.
Appreciate the show for having us. Appreciate Paul Wall. Appreciate everybody. Love everybody.